for this playoff matchup. Medyo pressure siguro on the side of Mindoro. Coach, their government officials are here to support.
When you talk about support, you know, yung iba, mahahabang biyahe. You know, for example, like Quezon, even Batangas. Diba? Pero, land trip yun. Ang Mindoro, dalawa.
Dadagat ka pa.
Land trip, dadagat ka pa. Sa kakaibang commitment at suporta, obviously, yung pinapakita ng management. Ito, tira ni Bam Bam.
That's too easy for Bam Bam Gamalinda. I've watched that from San Beda to the PBA to the MPBL. Bam Bam Gamalinda, trademark fadeaway.
And that's something na nabanggit natin no first half, no, they could take advantage of because the rotation initially for Batangas nanggagaling sa weak side big.
Right on the other end, Plaza goes to Normal off the three. It's a make. 7 points for John Normal here in the third quarter.
Nice.
Coach, tapos na ang aking sumpa. John Normal is playing terrific here in the third.
Aga ha, na sinasabi mo na kagad ha.
JC Recto goes middle. Bamba gets the foul. Coach, slowly but surely, Coach, he is getting his rhythm back. Itong si Bam Bam Gamalinda.
And also, they're figuring out the zone after the first two possessions wherein it was empty. And this time, using the ball screen right there. But this was the previous play. Apologies, but this was the play by Viloria, reading the defense and finding Normal as he was filling in on the slot.
Once again, our municipal councilors coming from Mindoro in support of their team here, the Mindoro Tamaraw, down by 4. But they are in a good fight against the Batangas City. Southern Division matchup that we have right here. 47-44 still in favor of Batangas. Petrina. Our weave action. Both rejects the screen. They move the right to Normal. Fade away by John, and he is on a roll. 9 points in the third quarter, make that 11 in total here in the game.
Well, something that Mindoro did a good job of, especially the first 12 minutes of this game, was packing the paint as Normal with a steal and completes it with a dive to save it. Let's see if Blaza can finish. He will.
Total complete highlight para sa para sa Batangas, a steal, a dive, and an assist for John Normal, a finish for San Blaza.
Well, look at this steal, yung sundot, and saving that basketball from going out of bounds. Blaza right there making sure to complete the play. What a play by John Normal.
San Blaza extending the lead to 7 right here, 51-44. Zalziri Alubet, and of course, the Peacemaker. All in attendance here.
So, si Boss Danny?
Of course, Boss Danny Espiritu as well in attendance. Jam-packed all-star attendance dito sa ating pre-season invitational quarterfinals. Steal by CJ Isit. Pass too short. Isit goes forward. Counter steal by Mindoro. RJ goes forward to JV. JV with the finish.
I was about to say, that's the one thing coaches hate. You draw something off a timeout, nag-timeout ka, and then turnover. Buti na lang may counter steal.
Good hands by the one who made a turnover, JJ Caspe. On the other end, Cranial, one-step jump shot. It's good for Cranial Viloria.
Something Batangas can take advantage of. That's the second time they ran that play. Little floppy, no? Yung mga single-double na tinatawag. Pero inatake nila yung side ni Ken Bolo.
Taking advantage of the speed right here. Up to 7 once again. Batangas. JV now playing point forward. The zone of Batangas has been making life things hard. They go
Bambam is asking for a challenge. If I'm Coach Benji, I think he will challenge, but I'm not sure if they're going to win this challenge. From our angle, it looked like
It looked like a foul. It looked like a
Bambam
foul.
pushed. Who was that? Tinulak niya.
CJ Eason.
TJ Eason, yeah.
Coach Bench will still opt to go for a challenge right here and hope that they can turn things around.
And oftentimes, no offense, but sometimes the smaller guys get the benefit of the call. So,
That's right, Coach. We'll be back after this review.
Filipinos, you're paying too much to get paid from overseas. Payday is smarter with a Wise. It's the account to get paid from around the world. Get a Wise US account without leaving the Philippines and stop losing money with traditional wire transfers. You work internationally, your payday should too. Be smart, get Wise.
Very obvious foul right there. Unsuccessful challenge on Coach Bench. Just a shot by JV De La Cruz. Boxed out. And that push off the back by Bam Gamalib. Coach, not the best of challenges para sa Mindoro.
right? And minsan, you just gotta give it to the players. So, minsan siguro gusto pakita ni Coach Benji yung tiwala niya rin sa mga player. Pero, kaya kadalasan nakikita natin, may mga assistant coaches, they have their iPads or their cell phones. Nire-review mabuti para hindi masayang yung challenge.
He said that was a wide open layup. Just could not get it in. JJ Caspe could not get in control of that rebound. Babalik ang bola para sa Batangas. Sholo Villanueva getting a lot more offensive firepower, putting back in Ino Comboy on the lineup. They're up by 7 here in the third. They go to Sed on the corner. Too long for Sed. Ramirez gets the rebound. Wants to settle things down. Ramirez gives it up to Bamba. Puts it on the corner. Two-man game with Bam is JV. They go to Ken, wide open on the middle. Made 2 of those, just misses this one around. Ken gets the ball back. Ramirez blocked by Ablaza. They go to the corner. Viloria is wide open and makes the 3. And just like that, this is a double-digit lead para sa Batangas.
Well, excellent challenge going vertically is Seda Plaza, not the tallest of guys, but yung timing niya was enough for the stop. And how about the extra pass by Abdul Sawat? Just perfect timing, baiting the defense on the 2-on-1 on the weak side. Hits the 3 was his teammate, Reynald Viloria.
Everything going to side of Batangas here in the third quarter. This is now a 10-point lead. Caspe goes to Bam. Goes to the fadeaway. Goes in and out. Loose ball rebounded by John. 4 versus 1. Ablaza versus JB fouled. 2 free throws para I said.
How about Seda Plaza going end to end? Every time you see your big man nauuna sa lahat, that's always a good sign. And this is really, I know it's only the third quarter, but gut check time para sa Mindoro. Because this is the biggest lead so far by Batangas. Before this 10-point lead, it was really 7 for the most part of this game.
Chance for Sed to actually extend, but misses on the first. Coach Benji deciding to go a little bit younger on this 5. Puts back in Enzo Coson and Jonas Tibayan on their 5. Plaza on the second free throw. 0 for 2 para I said. Tayo sa side ng Mindoro. Coson. Extreme ang subok at kumpleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas. They go to JV De La Cruz for the 3. Too long on JV De La Cruz, and coach, offense has been a problem para sa Mindoro this quarter.
Yeah, that zone has been giving them problems. I thought they did a good job every time that ball was going in the short corner, yung mga big-to-big actions nila, baka pwede nila balikan yun.
56-46 in favor of Batangas. They are winning this quarter by 7 points. That's why they are up by double digits already. Go back to the single double action. Ino drives base. Ino! Kulang lang sa Pectus. Enzo. Where to go? Slows things down. They go to the post to Jonas. And go to the cut draw in the middle. Quick swing to JJ. They go back to JB. Off the drive. The defense played by Batangas once again.
A good defense helped by the officials as well. In offense, ito Mindoro got away with a double dribble.
John Normal. Another three-pointer for John Normal. 14 in the game, 12 on the quarter.
But as they say, the truth will set you free. Ang katotohanan lumitaw. John Normal, ayun, nangibabaw yung tres. Kahit na nagkaroon ng double dribble sa kabila.
There's a good solo, but they'll rather take the three on the other end. Three-pointer. Still no go. The struggles continue for Mindoro. They're down by 13. Ablaza. Where to go? They go corner to Abdul for the three. And everything going the side of Batangas. Inside, outside. No problem for Batangas. That is 22 big points for Batangas here in the third quarter.
Juanito, how about, we're gonna see it in a bit, but this was the face-up in between your eyes three. How about unconventional pass, a little hang time before the pass by Seta Plaza, once again leading the fast break. Tinapos ni Abdul Samad.
Jan Almal, 14 points, 3 rebounds. Coach, 12 points in this quarter, leading Batangas here in this quarter.
What a sigh of relief no para sa
That's
iyo.
right, Coach. That's right. Makakangiti ako.
John Normal hitting aside, 2 points only in the first half. 12 points and counting here in the third quarter. Kita nyo naman, nasa loob pa siya.
Jan Almal really leading the way here in the third. Mindoro has been scoreless for the past 5 minutes here in the ball game. They're trying to find an answer. They go with JC Recto inside once again. Oso, 7 on the shot clock. They go to Joseph Sedorifa, still no go. Ino with a steal, 48 seconds. They go to Yambing, too long. Rebounded by Jonas. JC 1-on-1. Goes for the cross. Well defended by Don Echea. Whistle is called on Don on the fast break.
They finally get a fast break opportunity. It's been a while. It feels like forever. Itong Mindoro. And he talked about the struggles offensively for Mindoro. Itong changing defense ng Batangas, which is really the strength to me of Coach Cholo Villanueva. That he could show you that he's in a zone, but he's really in a matchup and vice versa. So what you do is that you play with the minds of the players. Suddenly, instead of everything being instinctively, because basketball is a game of instincts. And ngayon, nagdadalawang isip yung mga player. Ano ba to? Matchup ba to? Zona ba to? So nangyari, nagdadalawang isip. What's happening is, halos lahat ng tira nila contested na tuloy.
The mind game is really going the side of Batangas. They're up by 15 here, entering the fourth. There's still 30 seconds remaining on the third. By Ruino. Defended by Enzo. Bothered by Enzo. Normal, he's been red hot in the third. Goes for the spin. Kulang lang sa Pectus.
They have an advantage of being wanted, but they're gonna opt for the last shot.
13 seconds remaining. Recto. Drives early. Goes corner. Sedorifa for 3. Short.
Not a fan of that shot.
5 seconds. Go forward. Oh, a little too long. We'll give a last opportunity para sa Mindoro. Pass was too high. Coming from King Importante.
Titira na sana ni Coach Cholo eh, who is an excellent shooter. But
That's right, coach. For Lasal, for Air 21, Recto, one step in. Too long for JC Recto. And the third quarter with only 10 points para sa Mindoro, giving a big and comfortable 15-point lead para dito sa Batangas entering the fourth frame, coach.
22-10 to your point, and obviously could be the defining winning moment or quarter rather para sa Batangas. Let's see how Mindoro responds. We still got one more.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Fourth quarter is among us. Batangas red hot in that third quarter, winning that quarter by 12, extending the lead to 15 here in the ball game, 62-47.
And a big part of it was the first three highlights na nakita nyo, no? It was all John Nermal. Pero ito, yung matchup natin to start this game. We thought that Recto would have the better of John Nermal, especially the way he started. That was his first basket. Ano kita mo, no? Lamang na sa numero. Ito si John Nermal. At lamang na rin ang kanyang kupunan to start the fourth. Lamang sila. 15.
Right, coach. Reversal of stories in the third quarter. JC Recto going cold and Jan Normal going red hot in the third, helping Batangas extend the lead to 15. Tingnan natin kung sagot ang Mindoro. First shot, it's a miss para dito kay Jonas Tibayan. Ino Comboy try to execute here. Fake handoff, they go to Jan. Still no rest for Jan, using the left. No problem for Jan Normal. He continues his hot streak to start the fourth quarter.
Well, in between quarters is really a timeout, and it's really a chance for coaches to design plays. That's a beautiful play by Coach Cholo, setting up that zoom action up top for a John Normal finish with the left.
Turnover para sa Mindoro. Too easy para kay Ino Comboy. And just like that, they're inching closer to their 30-point win the last time they saw each other last February 14.
Mga pinapaalalahanan ni Wendell Campoy na huwag natin siyang kalimutan, especially after his two quick threes in the first half. Nagparamdam na ulit pangatlong three-pointer niya yun.
Recto, still no go. The struggles, everything not going the side of Mindoro. Seduripa for 3, too long. Recto with the rebound, goes left. Recto once again goes hard on the inside. Finally gets the first two off the court para sa Mindoro.
And you touched on it. Maganda kay JC Recto. In spite of the struggles, he's just a workhorse, no? Especially on the boards.
JC Recto, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. But will have to do more here in this ball game if they want to mount a comeback. Oson, side to side. Finally sees Jonas Tibayan, gets the foul. 2 free throws para Jonas.
Well, we talked about the high post, no? Especially against the 2-2-1. They finally get Jonas as they cross half court. As Enzo Hoson was almost doubled here on our side. On the left half court, but Jonas Tibayan, that quick flash to the basket, giving him a chance to score as him being fouled.
Marina Alegre in attendance here. Looking a little worried as they are down by 16 here in the fourth quarter. But a little knock, 4-0 run para dito sa Mindoro could get things going for the Tamaraws. Towards middle. Importante goes to Normal. Open on the 3. Too long for John. Rebounded by JJ. Pagkakataon para sa Mindoro. 2 versus 1. All the way up top. Blocked by Ino Comboy. Ino running. Stops. Pops. Doesn't make it. Fake by Don. And Don Ochea. Too long. Too strong. Gets the inside shot against JC Recto. And kita-kita naman ang saya ng bench ng Batangas. Coach, let's look at this again, Coach.
Well, what you like about Don Ochea, not the flashiest of players, not the fastest, not the guy who jumps really high like you, Juanito, but he's fundamentally sound. Uses the shot fake very well. Yung dribble niya, nakita natin ang improvement niya kanina in the first half. He had that highlight, the crossover, little breakdown move, drop pass. Simple lang ang laro, pero fundamentally sound. Don Ochea. Kaya marami nang nawala rito sa Batangas. But still, he's still here.
A guy who can do a lot for your squad. Don Ochea averaging 15 minutes of ball. What a save by Ino Comboy. They keep the possession alive.
This play, just like a perfect story, should end up with Wendell Comboy, but I think Normal has other things in mind. What a rebound!
The impact of Don Ochea in today's game has been different. He only averages 15 minutes a game, Coach. Only 3 points a game, a little bit around 5 rebounds. But Coach, today he has 8 points and 5 rebounds to his name.
Well, he's really Mr. Tangible, no? Because he does the things that other players are not willing to do. And he usually defends the best player on the other team, former Adamson Falcon. And Coach Cholo rather, sees his value as he gets another offensive rebound. And because of that offensive rebound, it opens up the 3 for the terrific, let's call him Mr. Terrific for tonight, especially in the second half, John Normal.
Just like that, they're up by 22. Rebounding story, Coach. Up 7 na ang Batangas dito sa larong ito.
And they're at the point wherein they're having fun already. Batangas forcing turnovers.
Everything just going inside of Batangas. There's only a little jab step. Not a lot of space. Pero Coach, sabi nga nila, heat check time para dito kay John Normal.
And just a poor job. No, forget about the scouting report. As a player, nakikita mo yung mga nangyayari sa loob. As you see Miss Aisel Santos. No? Siyempre, suporta niya nasa second game. Initials, JB. Itago na lang natin.
Benji trying to look for different combinations. Pero Coach, wala talagang gumagana on the side of Mindoro. Marian Magat finally challenges. 6'7" frame challenging Don Ochea well. Not a usual sight, Coach, pero si Don Ochea ang hinahanap nila sa opensa.
Totoo yan, no? But a good stop nonetheless, obviously by Marian Magat, who has really been absent today. We mentioned him at the top of the coverage, him, JJ Caspe, and si Marian Magat being the top 3 scorers for Mindoro. JC Recto averaging about 12 points, only 9 so far on 25% shooting, 2 of 8. Marian Magat has seen less playing time, less than 15 minutes pa lang siya, 1 of 3 for 4 points. And obviously JJ Caspe is the big story tonight. The leading scorer coming into this game for Mindoro at 16, only 2 points, but has 10 rebounds across his day.
On the post, Magat attacks, uses his length. Finally, a field goal para dito sa Mindoro. The struggles continue, but it's 21 with 6 minutes still remaining. Importante. Take handoff. They go back to Jan. It's a move moving screen coming from King Importante here.
It was the same play to start the quarter. Remember that John Lerman layup? Little zoom action up top. The only difference is that napigilan nila yung pabot ng kaliwa and eventually forced the turnover because of the offensive foul.
It's a 21-point lead with 5:57 left. Let's see if Mindoro can finally break this cold streak. Go to Hoson. They go corner to Recto. They give him the driving lane. Recto uses his body, gets the bump and the foul, and the free throw para dito kay JC Recto.
Juanito, or should I say Coach Juanito, you obviously know this. And it's not about knowing every move in the basketball book. Just a little, you master the shot fake, it can do wonders for you. We see jab step shot fakes of how he has created shots for the players like John Normal. Even Saduriva had one in the first half that time, using the shot fake beautifully. JC Recto, 3-point play pa na nakompleto din.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. JC Recto putting the lead to 18 here. 5-0 run para sa Mindoro.
Sorry about that. Time and score. Obviously on the side of Batangas. 5 seconds na lamang. What a move.
Rebounded by Magat. That's a hit. It's a push on Magat. The team foul number 4 para dito sa Batangas. One away from penalty. Crucial substitution for Marion Magat to add on to some rebounding edges. Again, that press could not be broken. And a slam coming from Yambing. Will Yambing making a statement here?
I would say finishing touches to this game. There's still a lot of basketball time. A lot of time for maybe one more run, but it has to be...
Dola, tulungan mo akong gumawa ng isang lingkod plano sa pag-aaral para sa bagong semestre.
Coach, bakit hirap na hirap ang Mindoro on crossing that basketball? This is a well-oiled machine in that press para sa Batangas.
The same thing we mentioned earlier, I think we should put somebody in the high post because that's what Batangas has been doing. They've been having a little 2-2-1, but this is William Lambing saying hello at the same time goodbye to Mindoro.
Marion Magat gets the free throw to cut the lead to 17. Making some few good things here, but will it be enough for them to mount a big comeback? 17-point lead para sa Batangas, 4-44.
Grabe yung exposure ni Aisel, ha?
Ready for the next game, Coach? Of course, our VIPs.
Wala magre-reklamo sa apat na to.
Talagang kailangan. Nandiyan na talaga sila ang apat.
Sandy Relubit, Emerson Noreta, Commissioner Emerson Noreta, a.k.a. MJ, Rudy Distrito, and syempre, si Satan
Sator.
Macatal.
Sator. Of course, Mayor Ina Alegre in attendance as well. Mindoro's time, they also go for a 2-1 press broken immediately by Batangas.
That's what I mean. It's just, on the forward pass and just put somebody in the high post.
Boy uses that high screen. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hard shot. No go. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Too deep. The ball goes to a turnover. Not hit the ring. The shot clock violation, Batangas. One of the few good stops coming from Mindoro. It's a rare sight to see, but there's a lot of basketball to be played here. Winner of this match will face the Quezon Huskers in the next round.
A basket or a three here can increase the hope. Just like binibigay ng Lakers sa atin.
Ooh, a little slip out from RJ Ramirez. Manipay the digital wallet built for the community. With spot if on that down end, good thing RJ is safe and he's okay. Here goes again the size of Mindoro, coach. Every time pinapasok tong si Olayon, parang haba bigla nitong Batangas. Olayon, I'm not used to seeing him play the 1. I watched them in UE play that 3-4 possession, even sometimes the 5. Pero dito, tulog ang laruan ni Mark Olayon para sa Batangas. Plaza. They go to Mermal. Too much space for John. Short. Pulled from the bench. That's the length we've been talking about. Another offensive rebound. Shea, it's a miss. Lion. Another rebound. 3 opportunities. Basket para sa Batangas.
Olayon is a tall player, but he's not the tallest among the 10 players. But that time, after getting the offensive rebound, parang nagmukhang maliit lahat ng siya lang nasa ibabaw. That's how poor of a job Mindoro did of corralling that defensive rebound. Recto will answer.
JC Recto getting that 3. Couldn't make the stop, but at least they could make a basket. They're still down by 16. Press once again broken up by Batangas. In and out, attack. Ablaza gets the foul. Didn't get the basket, but the troop for 2. 3 minutes left.
I know they want to attack the press, but I thought Mindoro set up their defense already. And now, really, it's time and score for Batangas. I thought Ablaza was fortunate that the whistle was blown, or else that could have been a potential fast break for Mindoro.
Ablaza missing on the first free throw. Not the best free throw day para dito sa Batangas, but they'll take it as they're still up big. They are 13 out of 23 here in today's ball game.
Well, it was the same thing in the last game when they got to the line 28 times, but only made 16 for 57%. Another extra possession para sa Batangas. Buti na lang hindi nila na-shoot. Tingnan natin Mindoro, makasagot ulit.
Ramirez. Pass goes to Caspe. Push shot. Last touch by a blue shirt.
Wala na silang challenge. They don't have any challenge anymore.
Sabi ni Coach Bench, parang pwede utangin na lang sa next game. Pero pwede kasing last game na nila to eh. So baka sa regular season na utang.
Ginawang sari-sari store yung ano. Yung mga table officials.
Bigyan. Utang. They get the ball here. Bring William Big. Stops. They go to Caspe. Drive by JJ. Floater by JJ. There is one guy, coach, that we have not really seen here today's ball day game. JJ Caspe.
As really been said before, that big basket only his 4th point in this ball game, averaging 16 coming into this game.
Over JJ Caspe in today's ball game. On the side, drive by Ablaza. Hard in the floater. Rebounded by Magan. Now Caspe goes forward to RJ. RJ gets the layup. One-point lead. Mindoro trying to knock on the door. Shea now. Sila po. 1 minute and 45. Mindoro doing the right things here in the 4th quarter. Sawan does not get in control of the basketball. Turnover for Batangas.
That's your fault. That's your fault. That's on you, Juanito. You get normal. Obviously, you get pass today. The curse is not right. Casper for 3.
Sana hindi pa naman nagkakaroon.
Grabe palpaler. Ay, yung bing.
The length of Batangas too much for Mindoro here. Plaza. They slow things down. Only a minute left. The Plaza. A little Euro step by Sena Plaza. Now Ramirez. Could have been another block, coach. William Bing. Grabe, coach. Ang haba nitong Batangas.
RJ Ramirez, a little undecided, I thought, that time until the last moment. He had an angle to the left side, went to the middle.
But si coach na meron din konting nightmares na rin kasi nakita niya si Yambing na naman yung bababa eh.
Possibly, yeah.
William Bing, 3 blocks in today's ball game alongside 5 steals, leading Batangas on that defensive end.
Him and Don Ochea has been really the guys doing all the dirty work as right on cue. Ochea rewarded for sprinting to the other side.
Not even any defender inside. Recto, that's the lead to 11. 2 for a 3. Now Magat heads that press.
Has been really the story of the game. You know, even the made baskets of Mindoro, because that was a difficult shot. Eh, pahirapan, no?
Lion. Post to Abdul. Side advantage. They go corner to Yambing. Too long. Recto. 1-on-1 against. 1-on-1 against Sed. Dribble on Sed. Sorry, on JC. Recto. It's been that kind of a ball game, coach. Even those kinds of turnovers not going the side of Mindoro. I think Batangas will just hold it on here. Meet for a basket. Marco Lion decides just to hold things. They go for another basket. Defended by Gamalinda. They go to Don. 6 seconds. 1 dribble. They go back to Yambing on the corner. Same spot, different result for William Bing. Recto stops, pops, drops for JC Recto. 5 seconds here. Coach, Batangas will be going on to the next round against the Quezon Huskers.
This was a hard-earned win, especially in the second half. This was only a 3-point lead to start the quarter by Batangas, but obviously that third quarter, as oftentimes in a basketball game, the deciding quarter, and obviously a big part of that is our best player of the game.
Jan Normal proving on to be our player of the game. Mindoro actually won that fourth quarter 24-20, but not enough for them. Make that 25-23, +2 for Mindoro. But our Sports Plus player of the game, our best player, brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Coach Jan Normal, that third quarter was huge as we were talking about.
Well, ang maganda dito, sinet up din siya ni Coach Chole. You know, first play ng fourth quarter yan. Pero ito, at the same time, because he was in a rhythm already, even shots like those, with a defender in front of him, he was making already.
Well, of course, now with our player of the game is Daphne Cristobal.
Thank you so much, Juaniz and Coach Christian. John, congratulations on this win for Batangas City. You only scored 2 points during the first half, but the remaining 17 points nangyari yun during the second half.
Yun nga, minomotivate na ako lagi ni coach sa mga teammate ko. Grabe, kahit sa practice, lagi ako nilang minomotivate na, Jan, sige lang, okay lang, tira mo lang, kahit ano, papasok talaga yan. Yun lang, iniisip ko lang lagi yung mga ganun, na masaya ako dito sa team namin.
Bigyan ka talaga ng kumpiyansa sa larong to. Next game nyo, you'll be going up against Quezon. And paano nyo paghandaan to?
Siguro, yun, focus pa rin kami sa depensa namin kasi yun lang bumubuhay sa amin ngayon na isikip lang namin yung mga dapat namin gawin.
John, anyone na gusto mong pasalamatan, batiin, go ahead.
Una nagpapasalamat ako kay Boss Lucio Santa III, Kyle Tan, Mayor Marvin Marino, Congresswoman, Beverly Di Macua, Gary Ong, Benny Antonio, Batang Tanduay Fans Club, sa pamilya ko sa Negros, mama at papa ko sa Talubangi, and sa Boss Jisuay, kay Boss Danny, sa lahat-lahat ng mga taga-Batangas, so sumusuporta po sa amin, sa wife ko, kay Princess, kay Lee, kay George, kay Tin, nila.
Thank you so much, John, and congratulations once again as Batangas City will be heading on sa ating semifinals. Our best player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Back to you guys.
85